Two bros chilling in the hot tub.
You the twos and we the ones? Well, you are the biggest two of them all, my dog. That's what you are. You are a giant number two.
Hey guys.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Two Bros Podcast. As always, I'm Bryce and I am joined by...
I am Matt. We are another week on Riverside.
Yes.
We have a really fun podcast for you guys and also a little fun interactive game we're going to be doing at the end of this.
Yeah, because it's a certain time of year, and if you're watching this podcast, you know exactly what time of year it is. So let's get right into this because that's going to take most of the episode. But first we're going to start off with wrestling because there's been some wrestling news right now. First one that we're going to talk about is Ronda Rousey making her AEW debut on Saturday night during AEW Revolution, confronting Timeless Toni Storm. What is your takeaway on this?
You know, I'll be honest, I'm not much of an AEW fan. One thing I do like is about AEW is Toni Storm. I think she's an outstanding wrestler who can make pretty much gold out of anything. I am not. That's what AEW wants. They want to be your outlaws. They want to be your outcasts. And they're bringing in Ronda Rousey, someone who kind of hates the wrestling business. I actually think this is a better wrestling.
I love this. I was a big fan of Ronda Rousey during her time in WWE. I thought that the second run, they really planned for her. They planned her booking. They booked her terribly the second run. But I think that this is going to be a booking done right because it's the right feud for her to have.
I just think Toni Storm can make anything good. So I hope Toni Storm can save this feud. We saw the last Ronda Rousey wrestling. I didn't care. So her being the biggest thing wasn't able to make the tag team fight and really what her and things that
Marina Shafir
will do. I like Shafir. I've seen some of her stuff. I think when she was in WWE, she was great. She has an outstanding character in AEW as well. So I hope that will help Ronda Rousey get the love of the sport back. Because if she gets it back, we could see her first run come out in AEW. So I'm hoping she loves wrestling. But if she doesn't, this is another paycheck. Then I'm contented.
3 of the 4 UFC horsewomen are in AEW right now. 3 of the 4. Ronda Rousey, Marina Shafir, and Chris Statlander.
Who's the other one? Is
Chris
it
Statlander.
Statlander? No, she's in AEW. Who's the fourth that isn't?
Shayna Baszler.
Is she nowhere?
She's, I think, with TNA, I think.
Oh, okay. So technically WWE.
Yeah. No, wait, she's a producer with WWE. That's right. So she's
just not wrestling.
Yeah. So next we have Obafemi and Brock Lesnar is pretty much set for WrestleMania. After Obafemi comes out,
they already announced it.
They did, yeah. After he came out and attacked Brock Lesnar during the opening segment of Monday Night Raw. This is the match everybody wanted and everybody expected when Obafemi made his debut during the Royal Rumble and they announced Brock Lesnar for the Royal Rumble. And I don't know if you saw any of the segment at all, but Brock Lesnar really cares about the wrestling business because when Oba dropped him, he looked up at Oba and said, "Stand over me," and pointed at the WrestleMania sign. Put your foot on me and stand at the WrestleMania sign to give you your moment.
I think you're right. This is going to be an amazing match. The only thing is we need Oba to win. This is nothing against Brock, but if you want to create Oba into being this absolute behemoth of a person and this real threat in the WWE, you need to have him say this. You have to have him take down Brock Lesnar. This can't be one of those things where it's like, oh, Brock Lesnar's going to win and then Oba's going to beat him in SummerSlam. This needs to be an instant payoff. Have the two fight. Have them just. I don't want a words exchange. I want them to just punch each other. Fight until WrestleMania and have this big fight feel where it is a massive match. Maybe go for like 7 or 8 minutes because they're like Oba's a good wrestler, but they're both big guys. Let it culminate with Oba's win.
Yeah. So we're good. Next, we have something that is actually not surprising at all because he's done it a million times in the past. Randy Orton betrayed Cody Rhodes during Friday Night SmackDown during the contract signing for their match at WrestleMania, and he turned heel in the process.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to go with Cody as the heel here, so I'm a little surprised by this. But, I think it could make this good. I think you and I are both in agreement that we didn't want to see Cody as the champion again.
Yeah.
But you know what? If this is going to culminate in number 15 for Randy, then I will give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I think Cody should have been the one to turn heel, so we finally would have got to see Roadlander, because I think that's what everybody's wanted. Roadlander to happen for a long time now. But Cody Rhodes needs to stay away from the title picture for at least the next year after he drops the title. Next year, year and a half, 2 years, because I think the whole world is tired of Cody Rhodes being a world champion and him getting an automatically guaranteed world title shot. Always.
He feels like he's more overpushed than Roman Reigns from the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like, once Roman Reigns was able to lose, like, we watched him consistently fail against Brock Lesnar. We watched how Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman were beating him. It feels like Cody Rhodes doesn't lose matches at all.
I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes has lost 5 matches in the 3 years he's been back.
I don't know, but it feels like he doesn't lose anything. At least we saw Roman Reigns get destroyed. We've seen Roman Reigns in his heyday of being overpushed, and this feels like Cody's on the same level as the Super Cena or the Reign of Terror Triple H. Like, this is too
Roman
much.
Reigns got dog food thrown on him.
Exactly. Roman Reigns was willing, and Roman Reigns was understood when he was meant to lose. I don't know. There's no report saying Cody pushed for him to win. I don't know. This is probably Triple H, but I would like to see Cody step up and be like, look, someone else deserves a long title reign. Honestly, I like Randy Orton, but I would have preferred to see Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu for the title.
Yeah.
Two people who we haven't seen shoved down our throats in the main event.
Speaking of Drew McIntyre, he quit WWE during SmackDown. Probably all a storyline. It's a storyline to set up for him versus Nick Aldis.
But he also came back that same night and assaulted Jacob Fatu in his match against Trick Williams.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Nick Aldis versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
I think it might end up being Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. What I'm hoping comes out of this is Jacob Fatu and Drew have their match. Let's just say Drew gets his sneaky win over him, and Fatu finds out it was Randy Orton who attacked him, and that leads into the Randy Orton and Fatu rivalry that we're probably going to get after Randy wins the title.
I hope Randy wins.
I feel like Randy is going to punt Cody, putting him on the shelf. I think Cody is going to take a break. I think he has wrestled a ton. He hasn't yet to take a single break since he's been in the WWE, except for destroying his shoulder.
Time off to film Street Fighter last year.
But that was it. It was very little. He was back pretty quickly. He destroyed his shoulder and took time off. I think he's going to take a little time off that's needed. He's going to lose. Randy's going to put him down. He'll probably come back, which I love Randy.
That's true. Alrighty, that was the wrestling portion. Now we are going to move on to the NBA. Because we're going to talk about the big NBA portion last. But we're going to start off with a quick little one because Brooklyn, Sacramento, Washington, and Indiana have all been eliminated from postseason contention. And two of those teams made big trades for superstars for next season.
Yep. Honestly, I think if you, in my opinion, of those teams we've seen, I think I'm looking at Brooklyn and I'm looking at Washington being in the best spot. Oh, no, sorry. Brooklyn and Indiana being in the best spot.
Washington?
Obviously with Tyrese Halliburton. I like Washington. I'm worried about the health of both Trae Young and Anthony Davis. But I like what Indiana's going to do when they probably end up getting AJ Debonsa or Darren Peterson along with Tyrese Halliburton. And even if they don't get them, it'll be a Caleb Wilson or a Cameron Boozer kind of guy. I think Brooklyn has the ability to build with. You already have your number two. I believe Michael Porter Jr. is an amazing number two for a team. And I think looking at what they can do, if they can get a Debonsa or a Peterson, I really think they can be a fun team in the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. I really don't. Had they been eliminated now while they were trying, I really wouldn't have had a problem with them tanking now for the rest of the last month of the season because they would have been given effort and then they would have lost and then we have nothing to play for now. We were one of the first 4 teams eliminated. Let's just try to get our pick. I wouldn't have cared about that. But the problem with Washington and Indiana is they've been trying to actively lose games. And Brooklyn has been trying to win because I don't think they have their pick this year because they got their first last year. I think Chicago owns their pick this year. Brooklyn.
Which makes me worried because Chicago's already a decent team as it is. They've been a play-in team. Chicago adding on a Cameron Boozer or Caleb Wilson is a really scary idea because they're without a big. They just do not have a good big to hold down the fort. They have their guards, but man, these 4 teams, I feel bad for Sacramento because they just suck. They are trying to win. They have good players. They have Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. You're not seeing them sit Sabonis or Russell Westbrook. They're playing their guys. They just suck.
Keep in mind, DeMar DeRozan is top 15 on the scoring list all time now. I think he's 5th, or he's top. Yeah, I think he's 11th.
And this team, this is once again, this is not an Indiana or this is not a Utah who's like, let's sit Lauri Markkanen and Triple J. They're playing their stars. They're best players. DeMar DeRozan just put 41 the other night. Like, this team, it really cares. They're trying. These are veterans who want their legacy to be impacted. They don't want to be seeing a legacy of losing. They're trying. They just are not good. And
Russ
I think
and
a lot of it comes down to,
Russ and DeMar DeRozan are two guys who will not lose on purpose.
in my opinion, it comes down to coaching. I think this coaching staff is atrocious. I think that they do not know how to win games, and they need to be gone.
Sorry, Doug Christie. Your time as Sacramento head coach is over.
It's over. It's over.
Alrighty. Next, we're going to talk about the Hawks again. Because the Hawks are on a 10-game winning streak. They beat Orlando last night. They are 37-31 and have now moved into the 8th spot in the East. Jonathan Kuminga is averaging 15.6 points, 8 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1 steal, and I said this because we're also going to talk about the Warriors again, because they are 33-35. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and Kristaps Porzingis has played 5 games, averaging 17.6 points, 3.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 2 blocks. This is two teams who are on drastically different trajectories right now.
So one thing I really find interesting about this, so when you and I talked about this last time, we put the clip up on our social medias. A lot of people were so in favor of defending Steve Kerr, saying that Kuminga is still a terrible player, that it's not his fault that the system wasn't built for him. And while I understand, the system was not built for him, but look at what he's doing with a competent coaching staff. Yes, he is not averaging 18 points a game like Kristaps, but he's averaging better efficiency. He's bringing more. He has more rebounds than a guy who's much taller than him. He has almost the exact same amount of assists, and he's bringing a steal a game. Kristaps has played 5 games, and they've lost 3 of their last 7. These are 2 with a really good coach in Atlanta versus one with a coach who's been hyped up by someone.
Quinn Snyder,
Quinn Snyder, and I'm sorry, in Golden State, a guy who was held up by one of the best two-way players of the last decade, the best shooter of all time, a top 5 point guard of all time, and one of the best defensive minds in the past decade as well.
Here's the thing. People that were saying that, I don't really think know what a good coach does, because yes, a good coach figures out a scheme. A great coach develops every player and gets the best out of them they possibly can. That's what separates guys like Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson from your coaches like Steve Kerr and Doc Rivers. Guys that have won in the past, but they're relying on the way they used to do things as the way things will always be. And that's why Doc Rivers is probably going to lose his job this year.
You know what's funny? And I think one coach that obviously stands out in my opinion, this is Mark Dagnall. Look at the team that he has in OKC. He developed all of those guys. Those guys came to him as pretty good but raw talents. He helped them figure out their game. Mm-hmm. Steve Kerr walked into Steph. He did not. It's not like he developed Steph Curry into the star yet. Steph Curry was already a fantastic scorer, a fantastic player, and they fired Mark. What was his name? What was that?
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. Thank you. He didn't develop Steph Curry. Mark Jackson developed Steph Curry. Mark Jackson developed Klay Thompson. Mark Jackson is the one that gave Draymond Green his minutes. So, in my opinion, Steve Kerr walked into this super team and just knew how to develop, knew how to shoot. He knew how to let shooters shoot.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I do agree that he was able to keep egos in check. I will give him that, because Draymond Green is an ego. But we saw when Draymond Green punched out Jordan Poole, he did nothing to defend his young player. He did nothing to bring that player back on track. And I consider that kind of similar to how Doc Rivers is a bit on the same path of ruining Ben Simmons' career. When Ben Simmons struggled against Atlanta, there was no defense from Doc Rivers. Just like Steve Kerr didn't defend Jordan Poole, a young player who was vital to their team. But if you want to watch Ty Lue was right there to defend Kawhi Leonard when he was getting injured. He was right there to defend James Harden. A guy who is not looked at as an amazing coach, who has been outstanding with players. So I'm sorry, in my opinion, Ty Lue is better on the same level or better than Steve Kerr.
Here's another guy, Eric Spoelstra. The Heat never have an elite roster, yet in the 20s they've been to the finals twice.
Jimmy Butler is a fantastic player, but he is not an all-NBA player.
Guess who made him an all-NBA player? Or a top 10 player in the league? The Miami Heat, Eric Spoelstra.
But because when he came to Golden State, he was a second fiddle.
Erik Spoelstra gets the best out of all of his players. He's historically done that. That is what has made Erik Spoelstra stay the head coach of the Heat for almost 20 years now. Because he knows how to make guys like Andrew Wiggins fit. Make guys like Kel'el Ware fit with all of his motor issues. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. And now we see Duncan Robinson in Detroit, and he's not the same player that he was. Gabe Vincent, exactly. Look at the disaster that Gabe Vincent was.
The only player who we can say left and became on the same level as Max Strus, but that's because they have an outstanding coach in Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we gotta point the fingers where it belongs. This is Steve Kerr, and he is just not the coach we believe he is. Everyone believes him.
Oh, he has 3 rings. Yeah, so do a lot of coaches too. But nobody.
It's really easy to get 3 rings when you have Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala. Yeah,
Sean,
of course.
The greatest.
Imagine how many rings Greg Popovich would have had with that team.
They would have won 6 straight seasons. They would still be a title contender right now.
They wouldn't have lost the players they had because Greg Popovich would have handled the egos that happened. Mm-hmm. Greg Popovich would not have let the KD and Draymond thing happen.
Yeah, Jordan Poole wouldn't have been punched.
No.
Well, maybe he would have, but Draymond.
If it happened, he would have punished Draymond Green and made him apologize and made Jordan Poole realize the player he is to that team. Yep. Because before that, Jordan Poole was looking like the second splash bro. Because Klay was injured and he was regressing. Jordan Poole's fault.
Yep.
Because of that, Jordan Poole is a backup in New Orleans. One of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah. Now, and yeah, he only puts up stats on losing teams right now. Jordan Poole does. But now we're going to talk about the Bucks because I feel like the Bucks have been out of the news, so they want to be relevant again because Giannis suffered a left knee hyperextension and will be evaluated in 1 week. However, the Bucks want to shut him down for the season, but he wants to keep playing.
The Bucks, even if they make it to the play-in, they're going to be knocked out. I believe they're sitting at the 10th seed right now.
Why did they not trade him at the deadline?
Because I think they can get a better package for him this offseason.
If they wanted him to not play again for the Bucks, why did they not trade him?
To me, this kind of shows that Giannis never wanted out. They wanted him gone.
Yeah. He's like, I still want to play. I still want to be here. This is my home. It's like the Max Crosby thing.
His children were born there.
He became a man. He got married. He had children there. His family's there. He is everything to the city of Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's like, nah, we don't need you anymore. We can win without you. We don't need you anymore.
No, not true.
Yeah. It's kind of like Dan Gilbert with LeBron. We don't need you, and actually he did. But.
The greatest, I would say LeBron is the greatest player in Cavs history. We can argue Giannis versus Oscar Robertson versus Kareem. What was it? Kareem?
Yeah.
Kareem. I think Kareem's better. But this is ridiculous. Milwaukee is handling him so poorly.
Yeah. Next, Anthony Edwards suffers right knee inflammation and will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, this is rough. I will say the West is a bloodbath. The West has probably the 2 best teams in the league in it, and losing your star as a contender in there, I believe they're the 6th seed right now
because the Lakers are 3rd.
That is dangerous.
Rockets are 4th.
That is dangerous because they were climbing. They were really scary. Their team had the synergy. They looked like they were unstoppable. To lose Anthony Edwards I know it's probably 1 to 2 weeks, but that could be over half of the game for the second half.
That could drop them to the play. No, it won't drop them to the play.
The thing is, that drops. Here's the thing, right? So imagine you go from the 6th. They're already the 6th seed. Imagine they drop to the 8th seed, and you have to face Oklahoma City first round.
Yeah.
That you go from potentially facing the Lakers or the Nuggets to Oklahoma City first round, or to face San Antonio.
Yeah.
I'm sure you as a Lakers fan would be happy because I would not want to see Minnesota first round.
Nope.
Again.
I do not. Nope. But now, this is the big one that I've been holding off of the NBA for, because the NBA is holding a Board of Governors meeting on March 24th and March 25th to discuss the expansion of the NBA exclusively to Las Vegas and Seattle. The teams proposed to move out east, should it happen, would be Memphis and Minnesota. What are your thoughts on this, and is it the right 2 teams that they would consider?
Yeah. The only thing I would switch out is Vegas. I think there's too much. The West Coast has too concentrated of a market in the NBA. I think if you send a team out to the East Coast, like Pittsburgh or a Baltimore, I think it's a lot better. But, I mean, Seattle has that. Supersonics. Seattle's been clamoring for it. They make the most sense. Vegas is a little confusing to go.
I mean, Vegas it's one team away from being a Big Four city. It's
I
one.
really thought Vancouver should have got one.
I don't know. They may move New Orleans to Canada. We'll see.
I think we need a second Canadian team before we need a Vegas team. But I'm not going to complain about getting 2 expansion teams. We've been waiting for this for years.
Do you think it's the right 2 teams that they would consider moving out east?
Yes, 100%. They are on the line to where it makes the most sense. My only worry is it makes the East a little weaker. Because, yes, Minnesota is good. Memphis is not like a heavy hitter to get over there. I think Minnesota basically gives you a top 5 seed every year in the East. But it just makes it where the biggest markets are sitting in the West.
I've also heard that they're contemplating moving down to 62 games, and each team plays every team twice, once at home and once away.
I wouldn't mind.
Also,
I think that would be helpful because honestly it gets rid of the 65-game rule. We'll still see Chris Stapps play a quarter of the season, but and Joel Embiid will probably play half of the season. But I think 62 games makes a lot of sense. You need to look out for your players' health. Also, it gives them more time. The NBA has been going on this path of potentially moving overseas. So I think it'd be a really good chance to give players a chance to play overseas. I think one thing the NBA has not talked about is letting players play under different contracts in the offseason. I think how cool would it be to see Luka go home in the offseason and play a few games. Nikola Jokic, go home and play in the offseason.
Well, he would be spending time with his horses in the offseason.
That's true.
Alrighty.
Real quick, I think it'd be fun for us to do, and we haven't discussed this yet, but Spotrac actually has an expansion draft.
I watched
Stimulator.
Something about Ross's video today on it.
I think we should do that next week.
I think we should.
One of us picks for each team.
Yeah, I like that actually. Let's do it. Why not? But now we're going to move on to the NFL before we get into the spoiler alert. It's March Madness. We're doing a March Madness bracket at the end of the episode. But 6-time Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay announces his retirement from the NFL after 13 seasons with the Lions, the Eagles, the Steelers, and the Bills, I believe.
He didn't even really play a snap for the
Bills. But he helped
the Ravens, technically.
Yeah, and the Ravens, too. And he helped the Eagles win the Super Bowl in 2025.
Yeah, one of the best quarterbacks of the past 10 years. Cornerbacks of the best 10 years. He was, Big Play Slay was not just a nickname. That was the truth about him. He was the kind of guy who, if you saw him on your best receiver, you were a little worried.
Yeah.
Outstanding player. Sad to see that his career ended on mental health issues, but I'm just happy. I hope nothing but greatness for him. I think he's going to be an amazing analyst someday, and I'm excited to see what he does if he even joins a coaching staff or something like that.
Speaking of the Eagles, Hollywood Brown signs a 1-year, $10 million deal with the Eagles.
Good depth piece. Everyone's been saying A.J. Brown replacement. I think this is the dumbest thing in the world. A.J. Brown's not going anywhere, but good depth piece. I think he'll be
a starter. I think he'll be a starter.
I think he just wants to win Super Bowls. He's went from the Chiefs to the Eagles. Was a Raven for a while.
Next, we have Christian Kirk signing a 1-year, $6 million deal with the 49ers.
Looking at the signings, it feels like this is all receiver. But Christian Kirk is another guy. Once again, this team is struggling when it comes to receivers. They got Mike Evans. But Ricky Pearsall has been shot and injured like crazy. They're going to release Brandon Ayuk most likely. They need anybody, so I think Christian Kirk will be a good number 2 or a slot. I don't mind him.
Yeah. Next, we have Darnell Mooney signing a 1-year, $10 million deal with the Giants to become a starting receiver along with Calvin Austin and Malik Neighbors and Darius Slayton. What do you think of this move?
I love it. Darnell Mooney was a guy who played really well with Chicago and played really well with Atlanta. I like what he's going to do here. I think for a young quarterback, getting a very reliable receiver like Darnell Mooney is awesome. I read through the comments on Instagram. It feels like everyone who's being signed is washed. But don't listen to Giants fans. Don't listen to them. He's a pretty good player.
27 years old. How can it be washed? That's wild. But next we have Dallas Goedert re-signing with the Eagles on a 1-year deal.
This felt like just a move to keep him out of the hands of any other team.
Yeah, because they don't really need him anymore. They were really comfortable with using Grant Calcaterra at some point last year. But next we have trades. Because the Jets trade Justin Fields to the Chiefs for a 2027. I don't know why it says 2024, but it's 2027 6th-round pick.
I think if we're not going to see Mahomes back by the beginning of the season, I like this. We saw how bad Minshew was when he played. I don't foresee Fields being much better, but I think under a competent head coach like Andy Reid, we could see him kind of rebuild his career a little bit. Maybe get the Malik Willis treatment. So I'd love to see him thrive. I hate Chiefs in the Bernie fashion, but I am a bit of a Justin Fields fan, so I'd like to see him rebuild his career.
I love Justin Fields, Ohio State, always, for life. But next, speaking of Dolphins and Malik Willis, Jalen Tolbert signed a 1-year deal with the Dolphins, and that just became more of a major signing than people realized yesterday, because the Dolphins traded Jalen Waddle and a 2026 fourth-round pick to the Broncos for a 2026 first, 2026 third, and a 2026 fourth. I lumped them together because now Jalen Tolbert becomes the Dolphins receiver one. What are your takes?
Malik Washington.
Malik Washington, no. Malik Washington's okay.
My take on this is I feel so bad for Malik Willis. He signs a massive contract with them, thinking this is going to be his ability to show what he can do and make it feel their number one target. Definitely great him.
Yeah.
And next, I hope Malik Willis, I hope they get someone in the draft who will help them out, but this is looking bad. I love the move for Denver, though. Getting a great number 2 receiver.
People are saying that the Dolphins' receiving room right now is the worst receiving room in NFL history, but we need to put some respect on Theo Weiss Jr. and Tutu Atwell.
Also,
and Albert.
Did they see the receiving room the Jets had last year?
Did they also see the receiving room that Cam Newton had when he went to the Super Bowl?
Did they see the receiving room that the Chiefs had to deal with last year?
Did they?
Yes,
see
it's not
did they see the Packers receiving room post Davante Adams?
And Aaron Rodgers did plenty with it.
It's not that bad. It's the Packers one is way better. But anyways, last NFL news, because Logan Wilson retired today, as well as T.Y. Hilton. But Logan Wilson retired from the NFL after 6 seasons. He finishes with 565 tackles, 3 fumbles recovered, 11 interceptions, and helped lead the Bengals to a Super Bowl appearance during the 2021 season.
Yeah, I think this is another big loss. He's such a good player. I think you saw the injuries pile up with him, and I think he was kind of smart enough to know, hey, like, the NFL isn't forever. I'm getting hurt all the time. At this point, I want to call him, and I think good for him. He was not. He wasn't like.
Yeah, and there was just some NFL news because the Browns proposed a rule change that would allow NFL teams to trade draft picks 5 years into the future instead of just 3.
Are they trying to give up everything they have?
No, they're trying to accumulate more picks. But now that's in the NFL, so we are ready for March Madness.
Sorry, you guys are going to sit with me while I just set my new laptop up, so I'm trying to. You guys are going to have to kind of deal with Bryce. Oh no.
Oh no. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. Nobody should have dealt with me.
Oh no. I'm realizing I don't know if I can share my screen.
Did you lose it?
No, I can, but it wants to make me reset. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this.
Can you share your screen on the laptop you're on now?
I can. The question is, what do you see, Bryce?
I saw the bracket. I see Riverside. I see the Riverside screen right now. There we go. I see.
So I'm going to zoom out a little bit.
This is the official Two Bros podcast March Madness bracket because we've done other ones. But
what we're going to do is Bryce is going to take the East, I'm going to take the West, Bryce is going to take the South, and I'm going to take the Midwest. So, Bryce, Let's start us off with the East. Duke versus Siena.
Duke is going to win. Duke,
it's obvious.
A 16 seed and a 1 seed.
Bryce, Ohio State versus TCU.
I'm going with the best scoring guard duo in the country. Give me Ohio State.
St. John's versus Northern Iowa.
Give me St. John's.
That feels like a pretty obvious one. All right, Kansas versus Cal Baptist.
Bill Self, you're disappointing in the tournament. You're done. Cal Baptist wins. I don't care if you have a top 3 pick.
So let's look at this. 13 million people have picked Kansas. 954,968, now 969 have picked Cal Baptist. Louisville versus South Florida.
Give me South Florida.
Bryce is going for some serious upsets. All right, Michigan State versus North Dakota State.
As much as I hate Michigan State, I hate North Dakota State more. I hate the frauds of the Jackrabbit frauds more. Give me Michigan State.
What is your hatred against North Dakota State?
Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah.
I'll forever hate.
UCLA versus UCF.
I'm sorry, UCLA. You clowns lost again. Give me UCF.
Wow. Okay, UConn versus Furman.
Give me UConn.
All right, for our round of 32, Duke versus Ohio State.
Give me the best scoring duo and the guard duo in the country. Give me Ohio State to knock off.
Oh my gosh. St. John's versus Cal Baptist.
Give me Cal Baptist.
What? We're getting an 8 versus a 13? Oh, South Florida versus Michigan State.
Give me South Florida.
I shouldn't have let him pick this side. UCF versus UConn.
Give me UConn.
Oh, thank God. All right, Ohio State versus Cal.
Give me Ohio State.
South Florida versus UConn.
Give me UConn.
And finally, Ohio State versus UConn.
Keep going, Big Ten Buckeyes to the Final Four.
All right, guys. I'm going to start with the West. I'm going to go with Arizona versus Long Island. I'm going to go with Arizona. Villanova and Utah State. This one's a little tough for me. We kind of tend to see 9s beat the 8 seeds a lot, but Villanova's a blue blood. Villanova's a blue blood that I'm going to run with here, and I'm going to go with Villanova. Now, this was another tough one. Wisconsin and High Point. We look at a preview for this. It looks very heavy for Wisconsin, but one thing I want to look into with High Point here, when they win games, they win it by a large margin, versus Wisconsin, who kind of plays it all close. That being said, I feel like Wisconsin will get the heaviest schedule, but I would not be surprised if High Point pulls off a very big upset here.
I think I picked High Point in my own bracket.
Bryce, you sent Ohio State to the Final Four. I wouldn't be surprised by anything. I'm gonna run with Arkansas here as well. I
actually, in my own bracket, picked Hawaii first, so it was going to be a 12 and a 13.
See, Hawaii, once again, I don't mind the pick of them just because they have played some heavy hitters, but you can see the strength of schedule. Their biggest wins have been against UC Irvine and San Diego versus Arkansas, who's taken on some massive competition. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Florida. Yes, they did not fare well against the big names, but they're going to fare a lot better than Hawaii. I had to go with AJ DeBonsta and BYU here. I think they're the better team, along with Gonzaga. Here is the one where I'm probably going to disagree on. Miami's like this year, but I don't know if I can pick against Missouri here, who has some really good wins over Florida, Kentucky, and Tennessee. So I'm going to go with Missouri. Finally, we got Purdue. So let's start up here. I got to run with Arizona. Once again, significantly better team. I'm going to run with Wisconsin here. My next upset, I'm going to give DeBonsta the win here and go with BYU. Follow that up with a Purdue. Finally, we're going to go with Arizona. And then Purdue, where all the way. Bryce, let's have fun with this.
Florida is going to win regardless. Both Prairie View and Lehigh have a combined 36 win. I'm pretty sure Florida almost has 30 by themselves. So.
Yeah, I feel like, hey, you got to do it. Yeah.
And only 2 number 16 seeds have won ever, and it's not going to be Prairie View or Lehigh.
Look, this is a scary Florida team, to be honest. This is a team that looks really hard to beat here. So I'm not expecting a 16 seed to take them out either. Bryce, Clemson or Iowa?
Give me Iowa.
This is another matchup that makes a lot of sense to pick Iowa. Yeah. Looks like you are with most of the other people. Bennett Sturts. Iowa, what is it about Iowa that makes you pick them? I'm curious.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
The WNBA player?
Yes, but I also did a win. Yeah. Also, I can't pick a Big Ten school ever. I can't. That's not Ohio State.
Ohio State.
I can't pick a Big Ten school that's not Ohio State. So.
All right, Vanderbilt versus McNeese.
Get the SEC frauds, Vanderbilt Commodores out of here. Give me McNeese.
Guys, I think Bryce may have picked more upsets in his one side than I will the entire time. But Nebraska versus
more upsets in my one bracket than than everybody else that has filled out a March Madness bracket this year combined.
Bryce, give us Nebraska versus Troy.
Get the other Big Ten frauds out of here. Nebraska's never won a March Madness game ever. Give me Troy.
Let's dive into these a little bit. So Nebraska has wins over Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan State, and Indiana.
They also have a failed NBA coach and a failed NBA as their head coach.
So not a single win of this has come over a team in the bracket.
Yeah, but Fred Hoiberg is a failure of an NBA player, failure of an NBA coach, and a failure of a college basketball coach. So, wow. And they've never won.
Guys, if Bryce pulls this off, he may be the greatest of all time.
And they've never won a March Madness game ever. Nebraska hasn't. So.
All right. How about North Carolina versus VC?
No Caleb Wilson, no win. Give me VC.
Guys, I promise I didn't script this with him. This is just him. He has an 11, 12, a 13, and a 9 already. Bryce, you want to throw a pen in there as well?
No. Give me Illinois.
Illinois. Okay, thank God. St. Mary's versus Texas A&M.
Give me St. Mary's. St. John's and St. Mary's are March teams. So.
Houston versus Idaho, Bryce. Come on.
I'm sorry, Vandals. Your run is over. Give me Houston. Give me the Houston Wildcats.
Okay. So we have the 1 and the 9, Florida versus Iowa.
Give me Florida.
McNeese versus Troy.
McNeese is going to keep dancing. Give me McNeese to go to the Sweet 16.
VCU versus Illinois.
Give me Illinois.
All right, St. Mary's versus Houston.
I'm sorry, Houston. Your ride is over. Give me St. Mary's.
Oh, my God. Florida, McNeese.
Florida, you're done. Give me McNeese.
No, Illinois versus St. Mary's.
I'm sorry, St. Mary's. Your run is over. Give me Illinois.
And Illinois versus McNeese.
Give me Illinois to make the Final Four.
You almost gave me anxiety. All right. I'm going to make this quicker. I got Michigan over Howard. I'm going to run with Georgia.
Guard lineup. Why not cream of the bar?
Look, Howard, I'm sorry. They don't even have 300,000 people who picked them. Howard's best win was over Hampton, who I believe is a...
I don't think they are.
No. UMBC is probably their best win. Texas Tech. I'm going to run Alabama. Tennessee. Virginia. This one's tough for me. So I'm going to dive into these a little bit. Kentucky definitely has the hardest. Looking at their matchups, Florida, Tennessee, Vanderbilt versus Santa Clara has definitely had some matchups. Beat your Elite Eight team right there. St. Mary's, they beat them, took on Gonzaga. I have a hard time picking against Kentucky. So I'm going to have to run Kentucky here, but that's not an easy game to pick. I'm going to go Iowa State. As you can tell, this is the blue blood side. Give me Michigan.
A 15 seed wins every year.
What?
A 15 seed usually wins one game. You have no.
Yeah, you picked enough for me, that's why.
I didn't pick a 15 seed to win.
And this is going to be the year it doesn't happen. You have enough high seeds, that's fine. You're going to love this. I'm going to run Alabama. I like Tennessee here. I think they're better team overall than Virginia. We're looking look at their strength of schedule. Once again, Tennessee.
If Miami wins tonight, I think Tennessee's losing.
I disagree. Tennessee beat Houston already, Louisville, Alabama, and Vanderbilt. They got blown out by Florida. I'll give them that. And they had a really tight game, but I like Tennessee more than Virginia. We've seen Virginia have some kind of squeaky wins this year. Ohio State barely beat them.
They lost to UNC.
Miami, not the strongest team to have and give you another upset. Iowa State's a bit of a fraud, in my opinion. I think it's best to run with Kentucky. I'm going to go with Michigan and also Kentucky as well, but Michigan. Bryce, you have an Ohio State Illinois matchup. Who do you want?
Give me the better Big Ten school. Give me the Buckeyes.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to take my time on this one because...
Wait, you want Michigan over Kentucky?
Yeah. I do. It feels hard to not pick Arizona here. I mean, looking at their matchups, they have just been out this year. They beat Florida, UConn, Alabama, BYU, Houston, Iowa State twice, Houston twice. I got to go with Arizona.
Michigan's not even a basketball school.
Bryce, what we're going to do is Ohio State is heads and Arizona is tails. I'm going to flip a coin. Flip a coin. It's heads. Ohio State wins. Bryce, give us the tiebreaker because your team won it.
I'm gonna say it's 197 for the combined points.
197. Guys, that doesn't actually need to be submitted, but if we somehow win this bracket, we could never talk about Bryce not knowing anything. This man went wild. This man picked the craziest one, and he still went for it. And this will be uploaded before the probably 500. But we want to know who you pick. We want to know who you have winning. We want to know where we're crazy.
If it's a Big Ten school that's not Ohio State winning, you guys just stop making opinions about anything in your life ever again. So.
But we also want to hear from you because we don't want to turn away fans. Bryce.
Unless you're a Michigan fan, then you can leave.
No. I am sorry, Michigan, but y'all are not better than Arizona.
You're not.
I will say, if we're gonna look at, we're gonna talk. We've really been for the podcast, so I'm gonna look at my own bracket. Bryce, you can pull yours up if you want to bring some insanity in this.
Okay, let's pull mine up, right?
Taking me forever to load. Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's pull up my March Madness bracket right now. Is mine going to go perfect? Fully 100% perfect?
So I forgot. I actually have Arizona winning it all for me as well. I have Arizona and UConn. This is what I found for. So UConn. I'm just going to read it out. UConn versus Illinois, Arizona versus Michigan. I actually have UConn taking down Duke in the Elite Eight. Yes, you can see Bryce went for absolute insanity. He has BYU in his Final Four.
And Kentucky, and Ohio State, and Illinois. I have, what's it called? Let me see. So I have, where is it? I have Queens beating Purdue in mine. I have Tennessee State beating Iowa State in mine. I have Idaho winning, and then I have UConn winning. So I have two 15 seeds beating number 2 seeds. So,
you know what's funny? So if you look at, what's it called? If you go on ESPN, you can actually analyze your brackets, and it tells you how crazy your rating is. So my Elite Eight is really crazy in there.
Find that.
It's at the top. So if you see that right there, Riz, analyze bracket analyzer at ESPN at the top.
Where?
So click into your bracket.
Oh, I see.
I want to know how crazy your bracket is.
So round of 32, I'm expected to get 17.5 out of 32 right.
What?
Out of the round of 32, out of 16 games, I'm expected to get 17.5 right. Sweet 16 out of 8, I'm expected to get 2.9 games right. Elite 8, I'm expected to get 0.3 out of 4 games right. Final Four, 0.0 out of 2 games right. And Championship, 0.0 out of 1 game right.
So I'm going to go over mine because mine is a lot more normal than that. So you expect to get 15 games right?
Yeah, I'm only expected to get 15 games right.
My round of 64, I'm expected 25.3 out of 32. My round of 32, I'm expected 8.9 out of 16. My Sweet 16 is where I dropped, 3.0 out of 8. Round of Elite 8, 1.2 out of 4. Final Four, 0.4 out of 2. And then Championship, 0.2 out of 1. What I've noticed, so here's what I'll go about this. I also thought it'd be funny to make ChatGPT and Gemini square off. So when I looked at theirs, it's really hard to get a high amount. Because even for ChatGPT, who has Duke winning, by the way, it's 0.2 for the championship, 0.6 for the Final Four. And ChatGPT has I'll go through what ChatGPT has in their Final Four. It's Duke, Houston, Arizona, Michigan. It's pretty much all the 1 seeds. So it's really hard to get you're a for sure bracket. This thing, I kid you not. The only upset it picked is South Florida, UCF. Yeah, South Florida and UCF were the only upset it picked. Oh, and Akron. So I'm surprised it took that. That's one that I really struggled with. I really thought about taking that.
I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams with lower than 15% winning percent. People picking them to win in the first round. I picked High Point over Wisconsin, McNeese over Vanderbilt, Cal Baptist over Kansas, Troy over Nebraska, Kennesaw State over Gonzaga, Wright State over Virginia, Tennessee State over Iowa State, and Queens over Purdue.
You blow my mind with that because like your selections are straight off fives. If we can be real here, you just straight up go off of fives.
I will never pick Big Ten to do anything that's not Ohio State. I'll never pick SEC to do anything that's not Kentucky.
You are just straight up like, hey, if it hits, it hits. You are the, what's it called? You are the, if my parlay hits, I'm winning big dollars guy. Also, the more I look at Michigan, can we talk about how they have been good? Great.
Yeah, and why are they a number 1 seed?
They've beaten some good teams. They've beaten Gonzaga, they've beaten Purdue, Michigan State, but it came up against Duke, and
I don't even think they're a top 150 school right now this year.
Oh, I highly disagree. Michigan is a great team. Because I was redoing my bracket, and I actually switched Kentucky to beat Tennessee. Part of me is thinking about putting Texas Tech over Michigan.
I'm possibly, if Miami, Ohio wins tonight, I'm having them beat Tennessee.
The reason I have that is because let's listen to Texas Tech's big wins. Duke, BYU, Houston, and Arizona, and Iowa State. Those are tough matchups. 3 of those are top 5, top 4 seeds. So we're doing this live, right? I'm switching to Texas Tech over Michigan.
Screw it. I'm going to pick, what's it called?
You are not picking a 16 seed.
No, I'm not. I'm not that crazy.
So I actually have Michigan losing in my Sweet 16. Sorry, Michigan fans. But
I'm picking Wright State to make the Sweet 16 because I think Miami of Ohio is going to win tonight and they're going to beat Tennessee. And then, actually, no, screw it. I'm picking Miami of Ohio to make the Sweet 16. One loss.
And what if they lose? What if they lose tonight?
The SMU is still ACC. I'm sorry, I don't pick SEC frauds. And every SEC school that's not Kentucky are frauds. So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was fun. I think this is something we're going to do a lot more often. Bryce and I are actually working on a really cool list that we're not going to tell you about yet, but it'll be really fun for March Madness that you guys are going to see next week.
We switched it up. I picked Akron over Alabama.
You just put Akron. Bryce is a massive. Bryce hates Alabama. Y'all, I kid you not. If this man.
I'll pick Akron over Michigan, too.
You put Akron over Michigan?
I'll pick Akron over Michigan. Yep.
Okay, so we do a family bracket, right?
I'll pick Arizona over High Point.
So this year we always do a family bracket, right? Bryce, before he decided to dive into being insane, him and I were 1 and 2 every year. My girlfriend, who knows nothing about basketball, will probably finish better than Bryce just because he is so insane.
I picked McNeese over Florida.
Wait, what did Bryce? Seriously,
High Point over Arizona.
Bryce, stop doing this. Why are you picking all the 1 seeds to lose?
Because the 1 seeds are actual frauds.
But no, seriously, they're not. You realize they're not. Do you understand that tomorrow your bracket will be destroyed? I'm trying to help you.
Nope, I'm good.
Why are you actually picking these 1 seeds to lose?
Yeah, in the second round.
Oh, in the second round. Okay, that's not as bad. I thought you were picking to lose right away.
No, actually
Florida,
not.
I actually don't mind them dropping because
I
once
have
again they have lost.
I have Florida making the Sweet 16.
So I don't mind Florida losing to like I have Florida losing to Nebraska.
Correct. And I have all 3 of them. I have 3 of the number 1s going to the Sweet 16 and losing. Duke is the only one that doesn't make it. So
you know what? That's not as bad as I thought you were saying. The first round, I was like,
no. No, none of them.
Can we talk about how good Arizona is, though? They have two top 100 players.
I don't think they're all that.
Koa Pete and Braden Burns. Who also has 2 top 100. Darius Akuf Jr. and Malik Thomas. But let's look at these notable games for Arizona. That's crazy. All wins.
I wonder how crazy inside my bracket got now. Let's see.
I can't. You know what sucks? So I don't know about you guys. You can't see other people's brackets though. So, like, I'm looking at Bryce's bracket. That's what sucks.
So my first round games only went down by 0.6. So it's 16.9 out of 32. 6.7 out of 16 for round of 32.
Crap.
What?
Dude, look at my aggressiveness for my Sweet 16. It's
Oh
all
my-
the way up.
My aggressiveness is, yeah. So
It's because I picked Texas Tech over.
low for the first, and then low, and then wait for this.
Oh my gosh, we're kind of the same. I have 2.4 wins.
High. Mine's 0.3.
Wait, Bryce. My lead eight is with you. My lead eight is high as can be.
Mine is 0.0 for Final Four and 0.0 for National Championship.
I have points.
Where, if I have the correct Final Four teams right, that is hilarious.
Bryce, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you have the correct Final Four teams right, I will give you $300. You don't have to give me anything if you're wrong, but let's make a virtual bet on it. If you have the correct Final Four teams, I will give you $300.
I'll take that, especially since I don't have to do anything.
Wait, I realize we're going the other way, so let's start. Look, it'll be the best $300 I ever spent. I'm going to be honest. You guys have this in video. If Bryce somehow goes to that,
I swear, if the max points you can get are 1920. If I get 1920, that is wild.
it's not a perfect bracket.
Yeah, it would be a perfect bracket. The max point
You get a
get-
perfect bracket. I'm not giving you anything because you win $100,000.
I know.
So,
I'm winning 100. I'm winning 100. I might enter this bracket into a 100K bracket.
Did you?
I haven't yet.
Well,
But-
guys, we are about to hit an hour, and Bryce and I could go on and on about his. Okay, so actually, real talk. This is kind of funny. For the past 4 years, I'm pretty sure I have won our family bracket. I'm worried about this year because there's a lot of people using ChatGPT and Gemini. So if I get beat by a ChatGPT user, I'm pissed.
Yeah. Like I've been doing.
You're gonna get beat by a ChatGPT user because you have all the number one seeds gone by the Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's fair.
You have Illinois as your highest seed in your Final Four.
I'm entering all of the bracket.
Oh, I didn't want to do all that because the problem is it gets like really overstimulating looking at all that.
Oh, you can only join 10 men.
Yeah. So I'm in one for work. I'm in the NBA Today one, and I'm in ours.
I'm gonna leave the Stephen A one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Stephen A.
How do I
But
leave?
we are going to let you go because I have to edit this podcast and send it to Bryce within the next few hours so we can get it up by tomorrow morning. So let us know what you think of our brackets. Let us know how crazy we are. Hey, make a bracket of your own. Send us screenshots of your brackets. Let us know what you're thinking. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.